Live from Studio B, this is the Talk of Troy podcast, where we talk a big game and have even bigger opinions. My name is Ashton Griffith. We're joined by Matt. Good Monday, the start of a new week. And right now, the Dodgers World Series game, third game of the World Series, is currently going on 4-4 with the Blue Jays tied. At the end of the sixth, we saw a homer from Ohtani, Hernandez, and we're just here to talk some more sports for you guys. We could start with the World Series today. We could give a little preview on, or a recap on the first two games, and let's talk about this game here. So, guys, leave it up to you.
Yeah, no, I mean, series obviously tied 1-1, right? One game apiece, and you had two very, very different games, right? The Blue Jays took the first one, and that just showed their insane offensive capabilities. I mean, 13-4 is no small feat, right? I mean, and that's kind of been a huge offensive showing for them. That's kind of what you expected from the Blue Jays. And then the second game, obviously with Dodgers, you see what you expect from the Dodgers, which is that extraordinarily strong defense on the pitching side, right? I mean, it was a complete game, I believe, right? For Yamamoto, and it was phenomenal, right? Only one run against him, so that one ended 5-1. So you see kind of the duality of these two teams, the differences between them, right? With Dodgers defense, Blue Jays offense, and right now, the perfect third game then is right in the middle, right? 4-4 tie. So,
I mean, you talked about Yoshinobu Yamamoto's masterful performance in Game 2, and that goes back to the NLCS where he threw another complete game against the Brewers. And at the time when Yamamoto got that huge contract, I believe it was 10 years, $325 million, the largest ever given to a pitcher. I think if the Dodgers were to win this World Series and go back-to-back, he's already justified the money in my mind. Shohei Ohtani, there was an article that came out and said that Ohtani has already given the Dodgers their money back on their investment with the marketing, the PR, and the play on the field, But with Yamamoto, you don't get as much press on him, but with how he's performed in the playoffs so far, he's anchored this pitching staff alongside Blake Snell. And even when Blake Snell was an off day in Game 1, to have another ace-like guy go in Game 2 and pick your team back up, it's just the Dodgers really, really needed that from Yamamoto. And here in Game 3, if they win the World Series, you're going to look back to Game 2 as the turning point and say Yamamoto was the reason why the Dodgers were able to get back in the series.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, fun, story with Ohtani, of course, too. I'm sure you guys are aware of the first two games at home for Toronto. The fans were obviously chanting. And I believe the chant, and it was when Ohtani was up, if I can pull that up, was the "We don't need him" chant, right? Obviously, with the 2023 free agency decision that was super publicized, and Ohtani obviously ultimately went with the Dodgers. So another interesting storyline there, and I think as you saw today, Ohtani's going to still be a major factor. But of course, like you're saying, Yamamoto, that big complete game, to kind of rejuvenate your pitchers, right? You only have to use one pitcher for a game. That's huge.
And speaking of major storylines, George Springer just got hurt in his at-bat to lead off the seventh inning. Ty France came off the bench to replace George Springer. So, one of the most pivotal bats in their lineup coming down to the wire, and now he's out for the game. That could be a huge, huge factor for the Dodgers. So we'll see how that plays out. Still tied 4-4, top of the seventh.
The thing about the Dodgers in this whole playoff run is that they usually give up the first. I'm not going to say, I don't want to downplay the other team's effort or anything like that, but they usually lose like that first game or two, and then they just take it out from there. So I like what you say about Yamamoto, because he's kind of like been the Robin to Ohtani's Batman, and both feel like he's not getting the press, he's not getting that much coverage wise. I mean, that's also has to do with Ohtani has just been so great for these past couple of games. And so I don't know. It would be surprising. I know we're tied right now at the top of the seventh, but I think if the Blue Jays pull ahead, I would be a little bit surprised in this game.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about the Dodgers, so that's all I'll say. But yeah, I don't know if anybody had any other. We can move forward.
Yeah, let's move forward.
Yeah. So another exciting league has just been coming into full effect here with the NBA. We've had just a handful of games so far, but we've had some pretty great performances from some of the league's new emerging stars. Obviously, the reigning MVP of the league, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is just, just amazing. Like he's continuing to prove. I always say, like, the people who were saying he was foul baiting and everything like that was just such a ridiculous thing last year. He's just been great for the Thunder. Also, Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but this dude is looking like the next, like, great.
No, I tell you,
we've seen.
I'll tell you what he's looking like. He's looking like a 99 overall my player. Dude.
Yes.
That's what he's looking like. I mean, the stats that he is putting up, right, in those first 3 games, 100 points, 40 rebounds, 18 blocks, 7 assists, 5 steals in 98 minutes in those 3 games. That's more than a point a minute, right? You can do the math. That's easy. But I mean, I don't think it's a hot take at all. I think it's pretty lukewarm to say that he will get a quadruple double by the end of this year. By the end of the season. I don't think there's any reason for that sound. I'm serious. That is very, very possible. If he, obviously the hardest part for him is going to get those 10. Obviously, get excited about some kind of, I was joking about it. Defense, he does it both. Just
today they beat the Raptors, the Spurs, 121-103. He had 24, 15, and 4. Stephon Castle also, helping him out a little bit. I know we were talking earlier about whether the Spurs have enough help.
Yeah.
22, 5, and 4. I think, granted, we are like, for these teams, like 3 to 4 games into the season.
Really early.
Right now, in terms of like, don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves with the MVP talks.
Oh yeah,
but it's looking like we have a 3-man race so far. 3 to 4 man race. We jumped ahead quick. Obviously Shai, you got to have him, the MVP from last year. Wembanyama, and then Luka before he got hurt. Steph Curry as well. And I know we have our thoughts on the Warriors and whether or not they'll be able to keep that chemistry going, or not just chemistry, but keep that play going with Kuminga and Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and all these guys, right? But yeah, I'm really excited for the NBA season. I'm really excited. I think the Spurs, I'm going to be excited to what Wembanyama can do and how far he can carry them. I don't know, seed-wise, I don't know where that lines up for them, but
you think he makes playoffs?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't think a player that has that great of a performance, right? And if it's sustained, misses the playoffs.
Okay.
Right? You know what I mean? I mean, they're 3-0 right now.
Yeah.
So
they're doing good to start.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great time to be a fan of any team in the Western Conference, but it kind of sucks if you're a fringe like playoff contender in the West, because if you go down the standings right now, and I know we're only 3-4 games in, you have the Spurs, Thunder, Warriors, Lakers, Wolves, Grizzlies, Clippers, and then you have teams like the Nuggets, Suns, Kings, Mavericks, Rockets that are all contenders. The only teams that I would really like count out for now are the Jazz, the Blazers, and even the Blazers. You never know. They have a lot of young talent over there with the Blazers and the Pelicans.
There you go.
Probably count them out too.
I was going to say.
I was getting down there. Had to look all the way down at their 0-3 start.
Yeah.
But outside of that, everybody else is a contender in the West. I mean, the Mavericks are off to a 1-2 start, but they're without Kyrie Irving. And then once Cooper Flag, I mean, he's already had some, crazy moments so far. We saw that poster yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That was absolutely disgusting from Cooper Flag. But once they get in their rhythm, I think the Mavericks are going to be one of the teams that compete. They're going to be in like that 5 to 8 range seed. But there's so many teams in the West, and then you look at the East, and it's just not that same level of competition.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, the East, I'm going to say it, it's great to be a Knicks fan right now. If you're in the East.
Wide open.
You know why? Not
open.
Even just the wide open thing, but it's just there's something really nice about seeing those teams that you just don't like as a Knicks fan being atrocious. I mean, the Pacers 0-3, the Celtics 1-3, the Magic, which people were saying are going to be really good. Now it's obviously very, very early, right? So take this with a grain of salt. But 1-3, and Trae Young and the Hawks 1 and 3. All the teams Knicks fans do not like are doing terribly.
Their players are hurt though.
It don't matter. Don't matter.
I feel like that's kind of low.
Nah.
It's kind of low, John.
Hey, listen. It is the Knicks year. I said it before and I will say it again. We don't have to get into this because this is not. We have other things to talk about, and I could talk about this for hours. But the Knicks will be in the finals, and I would dare to say win the finals this year.
But
Jonathan,
do you think the
quick
Cavs give them
Yes.
any run
Can we-
for their money?
Hold on, one more. Can you repeat that
What?
for a second?
That the Knicks are going to win the
To
championship.
win the finals?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's very possible.
Jonathan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Quick question. So are Cowboy fans delusional?
That's a very interesting
Because you're starting to
segue.
sound like a Cowboy fan yourself.
Oh,
This is
man.
our year. This is our year.
This Listen,
Not
you know?
only that, but he's also getting enjoyment out of these teams that are losing without their
No,
best players.
listen.
That's like
There, okay. See that statement right there. I'm not happy the players are injured. Obviously,
No,
it's the
I know,
worst to
yeah.
see them get injured. But to see the franchises do poorly, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
every
I get what you're
every sports fan with a rivalry team loves to see when that team's not doing so hot, not injury wise, but record wise.
Yeah.
But you know, no, I mean, if you watch as you were saying the Cavs, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they can get, I like the Cavs. I think they're a good team. But I don't know. It's hard for me because I obviously have good defense, right? You have Allen, you have Mobley in the center role, and you know, Mobley, Defensive Player of the Year. So they have a strong defense. I don't think they get it done on offense. I mean, we saw in the first game, the Knicks took it. Obviously, it's still early. You still got people getting into, you know, the flow of things. The Knicks have their new coaching staff. The Cavaliers are dealing with their things. I know I think Garland was out for that game. But, I mean, what I did like when I watched that game for the Cavs is that they're starting to rely less on Spider, right? Donovan Mitchell. They're relying less on him, which I like for them because I think that was their ultimate flaw last year, why they got taken out. But I see them as the biggest threat to the Knicks, but I think the Knicks can get it done.
I think
That's it.
Donovan Mitchell has come up so short so many times. You know, there's been so many moments, especially, you know, in his time with the Jazz and, you know, especially the bubble. They were so
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
And I really do think that now, it's now or never for the Cavs. I understand they have to face, I wouldn't necessarily call the Knicks a juggernaut.
No, that's fair.
Right.
That's fair.
But they do have one of the most complete rosters in the East where 1 to 5, you have guys that'll just, you know, consistently put up 20.
Yeah.
And so I really do think that the Knicks are the team to beat in the East. And I don't think too many people disagree with that. But with the Cavaliers and their young guys building more chemistry, you have Donovan Mitchell who's had so much playoff experience. And now you have Mobley who's going to get, you know, we all know the quote, maybe the lights were a little too bright.
Yeah.
But you have the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. He's going to have a bigger role. Darius Garland's going to need to step up in the playoffs. He's going to be that number. He's going to need to be the number 2 option behind Donovan Mitchell. So I really do think that if the Cavs can show promise in their offensive consistency outside of Donovan Mitchell, as you were talking about, I do think it's going to be a 1-2 between the Knicks and the Cavs. But, you know, a little bit of a sleeper team. How about the 76ers?
The
You know,
76ers.
We said take it with a grain of salt how we're 3-4 games in. But
that's fair.
this is with Joel Embiid playing with literally no knee. So
That's true. That's true.
So once they get the ball rolling, what do you project the 76ers at? Because I think they're such a hard team to evaluate with how Embiid's going to perform over the long-term season, how Tyrese Maxey is going to be if he's thrusted into that number 1 role, Jared McCain, and all these other factors. How are my 76ers looking?
How are your? That is the question, right?
Before you answer that, quick update. Blue Jays just scored. It's now 5-4. Vlad Guerrero just got home.
Okay, I didn't need that, but thank
There
you.
you go.
Unbelievable. And this bullpen again?
Oh, well, no, I mean, the 76ers, they're a very pesky team. I do like them for that reason. I think Maxey is going to be a huge role in that because Embiid, he's good, right? He's got an MVP, but he is not, I mean, he's good, but I can't, as a team, I can't rely on him just because of his injuries. And I mean, right now, I think he's played, there's been 3 games the 76ers have played. He missed 1. He played 20 minutes in the other two, obviously, with his knee, and he had a really poor first game and a decent second game. Obviously, like you said, he's coming back with that from an injury, but that is usually the story with Embiid. But when he's healthy, if Embiid is healthy and you have Max and you have all those guys, they're definitely making the playoffs. I think. I put him at the 4. I think 4 is a solid standing for them.
I mean, we saw VJ Edgecombe with that stellar debut, one of the best rookie debuts we've seen in a minute. And for him to come into the spotlight in a major market like Philly, if him and Jared McCain can establish that offense outside of Maxey and Embiid, I really do think they're a top 4 seed in the East.
That's fair.
And they're gonna do their job with load management when it comes to Embiid. They're really gonna have to try and manage that knee injury. But people discredit Joel Embiid when he's healthy, because when Joel Embiid is healthy, he's a top 6 player in the NBA. Probably even better. But it's just we haven't seen that type of consistency in such a long time. But he's so good that when you surround him with other offensive weapons like they have now in what we've seen in 3 games so far, that if you can take the strain off him where he doesn't have to play through an injury like he did against the Knicks, where he's literally fighting tooth and nail to stay on the court and give everything he's got. If you give him a little bit of leeway, a little bit of flexibility when it comes to not having to carry the squad so much, I think they're a little dangerous.
Yeah, no, that's a fair take.
Definitely, like Edgecombe in his debut, I think that does a lot.
Yeah.
For the Sixers, giving them another person that can score the ball, like take the pressure off of Embiid, especially coming off of that injury, making pressure off of Tyrese Maxey as well. 34 against Boston, 15 against Charlotte, and then 26 against the Orlando Magic. I mean, I didn't expect this out of Edgecombe. No. I don't know if you did. I know you said you're a Sixers fan, but when he hopped onto the scene, it was just like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? And so now Sixers look like they have another weapon. I think it's going to be interesting to see how they match up versus the Cavs, versus the Knicks. I know they beat the Magic, but again, it's early. I want to see how they match up versus the Magic as well. But yeah, this NBA season, and then pair that with the new deal with NBC and just like the presentation of the game.
Yeah,
like this. I don't know. This season has usually I don't tune into the NBA until around like All-Star, and maybe you can question my love for the game, but I'm tuned in. Like I'm locked in on this NBA season. So very great season so far. Yeah,
it's very exciting. And one more thing just to point out for fun is Mac McClung, right? He got an actual, like legitimate, not, just picked up for a little bit, an actual legitimate contract with the Pacers, which, I mean, that's great for him. I was curious how you guys felt about that pickup for the Pacers. Obviously, after their own 3 start, I mean, they took the Thunder to overtime, so you would think, as a team, you're thinking you still got, it's way too early to call the season out. But a signing like that makes me personally think that the only, hardware that the Pacers are hunting this year is that NBA dunk contest by taking the 3-time NBA dunk contest champion. Even if no one watches it anymore, that just feels like that's going to be their NBA championship this year.
It kind of speaks to the offensive situation that they have, because we all know what happened to Halliburton. But when you lose Miles Turner in the offseason too to a team that you played in the playoffs, and so one of their biggest contributors, and now you're going to have to lean on Siakam, you're going to have to lean on Nembhard, Mathurin. There was really no talks about how the Pacers were going to, compete this year. Maybe a fringe 7th seed, 8th seed, because they still have a competitive team. But, I mean, no shade to Mac McClung, but if you're signing him to an actual NBA deal, he's Mr. 10-Day in my eyes.
Yeah.
He's always done so well in the G League, but when you're a small guard that's limited defensively, we all know him for his extreme and superb athleticism, his ability to get to the rim, but we just haven't seen that in the NBA because he's had so few opportunities.
Yeah.
But I just don't ever see how he slides into an actual NBA rotation. I mean, God forbid the Pacers go, deal with a couple more injuries. then you'd actually get some playing time. But it kind of just speaks to their situation right now and how they're desperate for anybody that can kind of handle an offense.
I mean, I have a soft spot for Mac McClung, former Delaware Blue Coat legend, G League. That's a team you don't hear often. So I have a soft spot, but like, listen, he's undersized, and really like his exposure to the league has come from the dunk contest.
Yeah,
because none of the other NBA players wanted to participate in it. All right, so in terms of like how I see him contribute to the Pacers, I really don't know. Like, I really don't know. So I really like have no thoughts about.
Yeah,
it. Like,
no, I mean that's fair.
Like, he's undersized. I don't think he's just like this. He's not going to be doing any of the dunks.
You don't think he's gonna?
Like,
he's not posterizing anybody.
No. He's not posterizing.
Come on, he jumped over a car, man. I mean, you can posterize someone. Come on.
Man, he's no Blake Griffith, okay?
Hey, listen, if he posterizes someone this year, the internet's going to just explode. That's going to be the greatest day.
You'll see it on
one of the greatest days in
Report,
sporting
House of
history,
Highlights,
by the
ESPN,
way, if he does that.
You know, all that. But, yeah, I mean, if we didn't have anything else for basketball,
we can segue to NFL.
Yeah, so this past week was a very rough week. Very, very rough week for me, but we had some surprise games here and there. We had the Falcons lose to the Miami Dolphins 34-10, which I don't think anybody really expected. We had my computer just crashed. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, Lamar, like very late, and it's kind of like an investigation, a mini investigation about to come up with the Baltimore Ravens because they said Lamar was playing, and then I think about Friday or Saturday, they said, "Oh, Lamar's not going to be able to play." Like, I don't know what happened with that. But with Snoop Huntley, they still defeated Caleb Williams in the Chicago Bears 30-16.
Yeah.
The New York Jets.
There you go. You were forgetting. Listen.
His Jets got their first win of the season, defeating the Bengals in just, I don't even know what word to describe that game. 39-38.
I'll tell you, I thought I was breaking out this jersey a little later in the season versus like the Saints or something. I didn't think it was going to be an early one.
I will say it is clean. It is icy.
It's old, bro.
Nice white. It's glowing. All right. And then the Giants lost to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Do you have a eulogy for that? You want to give a quick eulogy for your Giants off the dome?
You know, and if we can cue some music here.
Yeah, please. We need this. This is.
You know, sometimes in life, you get attached to certain players. Certain players come and go. But I think it's real. Words can't describe what Cam Scatterboom meant to not just the Giants, but the NFL world. Unfortunately, he dislocated his ankle, and the Eagles, just lost to the Eagles this past weekend. It's just something that you never want to see on a football field. Hurts me personally. As a Giants fan. Hurts all of us here in Studio B. I mean, he was really special. We hope he could come back better than ever, but with that type of injury, I mean, rest up, Cam Scatterboom. Listen, man. I want this to be a petition right now to fire Brian Dable and Joe Shane. I never want to call for anybody's jobs in the NFL.
Quick turnaround.
But it's become such an eyesore to see a rookie quarterback have to carry a football team all by himself, right? Jaden Daniels last year got a little bit of help, got much help from Terry McLaurin last year. Jackson Dart doesn't have that because Malik Neighbors gets put out there, right? Last game against the Eagles, I literally saw Jackson Dart run back and forth, sideline to sideline, just to complete a 5-yard pass. A 5-yard pass, right? Now he loses his running mate in Cam Scatterboom. He has nobody. Wan'Dale Robinson is good here and there. But outside of that, like, what are we doing? We didn't get to talk about this last week, but only one receiver against the Broncos. The Giants only had one receiver record a pass. The rest were to tight ends and running backs. Only one wide receiver. That is pathetic. That is pathetic. So now we have to send Jackson Dart out there again next week versus the San Francisco 49ers. We have the hardest remaining schedule in the league, right? The hardest remaining schedule. And this should be a story of how Jackson Dart came into the Giants organization. And wait,
Give me that update, Jude.
yeah, we need
Yeah,
the
Jude, we
update.
need the Dodgers update. Something happened.
Oh,
Show time.
Oh.
Another home run from
for 4
Shohei
today, by the way.
Ohtani.
4 for 4.
my.
Another multi-home run game. Dodgers, Blue Jays tied 5 apiece, bottom of the
Holy
7th.
Wow.
This is one of the greatest players we have ever seen hold a baseball bat
And throw the
Unbelievable.
ball.
and throw the ball.
Is he not the
Unbelievable.
greatest? The?
He's
The
the GOAT.
greatest?
He's already the GOAT.
Yeah.
He's already the GOAT.
I like to respect the legends here, so
Give him some time. Yeah.
you know what I mean. I like to respect the legends.
Screw everybody we watched in black and white.
Oh man,
No,
we're
come
done
on.
with the 70s.
Come on.
We're done with the 70s. But yeah, and then also I just, I don't know if anybody had any thoughts for the NFL. But I just think it's despicable
Nah.
what the Cleveland Browns are doing with their quarterback room right now. Like, Dylan Gabriel looked awful. Like, he's not an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
He can't see over the offensive line. He's throwing right to the opposing team's hands. I just think, and then to just say like, for Kevin Stefanski to come out and say we're not benching him or we're not looking at other options or just not even entertaining that in any type of way. I just think that's crazy. I'm not a Shador fan. Like
That's fair.
I thought it was reasonable for him to slide out the first round. I didn't expect him to go down to like the 4th round, but
Yeah.
and I just didn't think the Browns should have taken 2 quarterbacks to begin with. Like if you took Dylan Gabriel, like why? Not even take Shador, but trade up for Shador.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just think the Browns are just not a serious. I mean, they've never been, but just they
Yeah.
continue not to show that they're a serious franchise.
I want to be the devil's advocate when it comes to Dylan Gabriel because I think teams get so much slack for not giving their rookie guys enough time.
Yeah.
So I'll look back to the Justin Fields situation, his tenure with Chicago, and they gave him a much longer leash,
Yeah.
But we saw his struggles. I mean, we saw flashes of what Justin Fields was able to do, and obviously his draft pedigree is nowhere near Dylan Gabriel's. But I just want to give the example of how I do think that the Browns' approach to this and how they're not looking at any other options is a little ridiculous because if Dylan Gabriel is playing this bad, I do think towards the end of the season, why not give a look? You have
You
nothing
have
to
to.
lose. And Kevin Stefanski knows at this point his seat is red hot. His coaching seats is one of the most hot in all of the NFL next to your guy Brian Daboll. So I really do think Shador should get a shot. And I'm not a Shador fan. This is just me speaking from the heart about how a guy should get an opportunity. And this is all aside from the PR, all the negative press about Shador.
Yeah.
I really do think that he should get a chance. I really do think so. If Gabriel keeps playing this way. But, I mean, speaking to it, Dylan Gabriel, I do not understand how he was taken in the 3rd round.
Yeah, that was
Oregon was a system that was built around Dylan Gabriel because, like you said again, he's not an NFL quarterback. He's 5'10". He can't see over especially an NFL offensive line. He's not going to be able to make these complex. He's not going to fit in a system that's not built for him, especially with the Browns.
Yeah.
And, where your top receivers, Jerry Jeudy, no disrespect. But I just don't see a world in which Dylan Gabriel, especially coming into a situation like the Browns, was ever going to succeed. I don't know what the Browns front office is doing. There's so many other positional needs, especially on the offensive line, that they needed to address. And instead, you take an undersized quarterback that's never really produced outside of a system that hasn't benefited him. He's never gone out and done his own thing. He's never shown that he can be the offense. I just don't understand it.
No. And I think if the Browns lose against the Jets, right, in that matchup, and then, I think then there might be some potential for Shador to get his start. But if they don't give it to him after the Jets, if they somehow manage to lose that, if they lose against the Jets and the Ravens, I would almost guarantee I think they have to give Shador a game.
I mean,
I think if you lose against both those teams right now,
we could just keep it at the Jets for real. Like,
no, well, yeah,
and no disrespect to the Jets. But
no,
that's just
it's fair, but like
I also just think, number one, going into the season with your team being in the hands of Joe Flacco, Delaware legend, but he's washed right now. I mean, clearly, Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders, Kenny Pickett, and then they brought over Snoop Huntley and then let him go. Like that, to me, recipe for. I mean, we see the frustration on Myles Garrett. They took him out the game, and I do agree with you. Like halting the progression of a young rookie quarterback too early can just it's a recipe for disaster. But I do think like they should have just took him out. You know, not let him like negatively hurt his own stock that much more. But yeah, I mean the Browns are going to be the Browns. We know that. We've known that for our parents have known that. Our grandparents have known that. So nothing much left to say on that. But yeah, that's gonna. We'll be back after this short break. That's gonna do it for us on the A block.
Oh yeah, and stay tuned for a Halloween candy draft coming up later.
back to the Talk of Troy. This is Nolan and Tony. Excited to talk to you guys again. I was gone last week. It's been too long.
I know. Seriously, we're here though, and it's time to just continue where we left off. You know.
Exactly. Well, we're not even continuing. We're starting a whole new thing because now we got NBA.
That's true.
Now we got NBA.
We
to
finally
talk about.
got some. It was we were deep in the preseason. it was bad, but so we actually have something to talk about now.
And we got the guy that we knew we were going to talk about him, Victor Wembanyama. The Spurs are 4-0 now as of like 15 minutes ago. Wemby is absolutely carrying that squad. The Spurs are 4-0, first in the West right now. Only one other undefeated team, and the Thunder are 3-0, so Spurs are first in that conference. Wemby has 19 blocks through 4 games. His average thus far is 30 points a game, 11 boards a game, and 5 blocks. I mean, that's like 70s and 80s numbers when a big man just swats everyone. Now it's him in 2025.
It's so funny because like you brought up 70s, 80s. I was gonna go back even further, man.
Maybe
like
50s.
Like people are gonna start comparing this guy to Wilt. And does that mean that our current players are plumbers? No, that's not what I'm saying. But there's gonna be some nasty conversations about Wemby in the next coming years. He's been outstanding on offense, and I think him and Giannis were the Western and Eastern Conference Players of the Weeks so far for the first couple of games, which makes sense. But I mean, they're both freaks of nature. Mm-hmm. But for me, you said 19 blocks already, dude. Yeah, his defense. If it wasn't for last year with his blood clots, I think he would have won DPOY. Evan Mobley came in instead and decided to take that from him. But this is the year of the alien, man. Like Wemby, this was a this was a take that I've had on the Hoops Pod. I believe that if it's going to be anybody to do this, I think it's going to be Wembanyama, and I think Victor Wembanyama will be the first and only player in history to win 7 to 10 DPOYs straight up.
That's not gonna happen.
What? He was leading away in the race last year before he got hurt. Way ahead.
Voter fatigue, though. 2 words: voter fatigue.
No. If we're gonna talk voter fatigue, like the only player that I think kind of like got thrown to the depths of voter fatigue was Jokic, but I think there's nothing that it's pick your favorite thing to choose from between offense and defense. I feel like more undoubtedly the thing that you cannot, I guess, discredit is defense more than anything in this league. We saw Rudy Gobert win 3 DPOYs in his career so far.
3 is different than a whole decade.
A whole decade, yes, has never been done, but you can't even get near the rim when he's around it. You can't. Giannis gets blocked. Jokic gets blocked. Everybody that you know and love, your favorite player, is getting blocked. And he is, by definition, his nickname, the Alien, for a reason. They are going to have to find a bigger monster to defeat this guy because it's his award to lose for the next decade, in my opinion. There's no physical skill set that can get around that man more than, I would say, at 5 possessions in a total 48 minutes a game.
I don't disagree, but you're saying this about a whole decade, and he hasn't even won 1 yet.
I know.
He hasn't won 1, and you're saying he's going to win 10 straight.
I know.
Like, let's wait till we get to 2, till we get to 3, and we're saying, well, he's obviously better than Gobert ever was. I'm not saying he's not. I think he is. But no one has ever won an award 7 to 10 years straight because voter fatigue is a thing. Which means if you're going to be the guy that breaks that, you are way better at defense than Michael Jordan was as an MVP because he didn't win 10 straight. LeBron James never won. No one has ever won 10 straight, which means that Wembanyama has to be better than the competition at defense by a margin that outpaces anyone has ever done.
Listen, I think that nowadays the GOAT conversation is completely different. The times where you got to win multiple rings, I think that's over. I don't think you can go 6 straight like Mike, and I don't think that you can go to 11 finals in a decade like LeBron. I think that when we're talking about peak of our powers, Wemby is going to be the guy that we say maybe he didn't have the rings or the amount of times he went to the finals or the longevity, but as far as pure peak, Wemby might be the GOAT. And especially on defense.
You what? Okay, the GOAT is different than Depoy for 10 straight years.
As far as pure peak. But this defense...
Wemby's peak is better than Michael Jordan's? You think it will be? You think Wemby's going to have a better 6-year stretch?
What are you doing? Anthony Davis, supposed to be one of the best defensive centers in our league, got reverse yammed in the second week of the NBA tip-off. First week.
I don't think that makes him the GOAT.
No matter where he steps on the floor, unless you are like getting the ball before he bounces it up, you're helpless.
He doesn't have the rings. He doesn't have
that
yet.
The
postseason history, and he doesn't have the accolades. He doesn't have an award. He doesn't have this Depoy award that you're saying he's going to win 10 of them. He has none of them.
Before he got hurt,
he doesn't have an award.
Before he got hurt, he was leading the league in blocks, in total blocks, and even still by the end of the season, I don't even know who got the leading blocks like award or whatever like title, but Wemby was still like second. I'm fairly certain that Wemby in a full healthy season for the rest of his career, if that is what appears to be, he will win it all. Like everything. And don't even get me started on the MVP conversation. That's a different topic for another day.
Well, to be the GOAT, you probably have to win a couple of them.
I think he's going to.
All right.
I think he's going to.
Let's wait till he wins one. Let's wait till he wins an award.
That's fair.
He needs to win an award.
That's fair. If he wins the DPOY this year, I'm just saying we got if he wins the DPOY award this year, then all I'm saying is it's only a matter of time. And this is the start. This is the start when Thanos got his first Infinity Stone. He's just collecting them all, baby.
Yeah, I mean, he's entering his peak. I'm not going to deny that. He's entering his peak. We'll see where that takes him. I'm not putting my money on a decade's worth of Depoy awards. And I'm also not putting my money on being the GOAT. He doesn't have an award yet. You know who else doesn't have an award? Brian Kelly. He doesn't have a job now. Let's transition to college football. Brian Kelly signed a 10-year contract with LSU. Not even halfway through, and he's out of there. $54 million buyout. Obviously, LSU didn't want him there. 5-3, 3 SEC losses. What do you make of this? I mean, it's a midseason firing. We've seen that a couple times this year. I mean,
Brian Kelly, for what his career had to be, he had to match up to a lot. He had a lot to live up to, and especially in a growing era right now where the NIL is making teams get more money for their programs. And I think that this honestly is less of a discussion about Brian Kelly, but more so about the future of college football and coaching staff. I think that honestly, if you were fired as a college football head coach, I don't think that there's any better job than being a head coach in college football, considering that they had to pay him and James Franklin, who got fired recently, $50 million. Just here for your troubles. If it was me, and if I was said, hey, if this doesn't work out, you're guaranteed generational wealth.
pretty good job.
This sounds pretty good to me. It might not be the times of the early 2000s where you could have a low-ranking team be pretty buns for a while and them not do anything with the coaching staff because they don't have the money for it. Mm-hmm. They're not granted it. But now in a conference that is not getting as much money as the Big Ten is, you're forced to pull some triggers on and just picking what you want to choose. You want commitments, or you want someone to change up the whole locker room. And for right now, Brian Kelly hasn't done that. I don't feel like it was deserved of a firing, but he is an example of what it means to be a college football coach in this modern era. And it sucks for him, but man, there's so many coaches that have been fired already. Who knows? If USC doesn't even do this good this year, Lincoln Riley might be next. And that's totally understandable. But this conversation about more in the middle of the season firings, I think that it's not as unfair as I think that we should be talking about it because of how much they're getting paid.
Here's the thing. Middle of the season firings, there's two components to it. The first component is how good is that coach? How badly do you want him out of there? Let's walk everyone through really quickly what Brian Kelly has done for LSU. The 2 years prior to Kelly arriving, so 2020 and 2021, LSU went 5-5 and 6-6 with Ed Orgeron. Ed Orgeron then parted ways with them. Brian Kelly entered 2022. Takes them from 6-6 to 9-3, finished 16th in the AP poll, lost in the SEC championship to Georgia. Pretty good year. 2023, also 9-3, finished 12th in the AP poll. 2024, that's when they lost their Heisman winner, Jaden Daniels. Then they went 8-4. Slight decrease in performance, but you also lost your Heisman quarterback. In those 3 years, Brian Kelly took them to 3 straight bowl games, went 3-0. Granted, not prestigious bowl games, but nonetheless got it done when it mattered to be a good, not great team. 2025, they're 5-3 now, on pace to have a worse record than other 2 previous years, but still well above that 500 mark. In his time with LSU, he won 70% of the regular season games. This year, people can talk all they want about how he can't get it done in the big moment. Same thing people said with James Franklin. Same thing a lot of people say about Lincoln Riley. At the end of the day, those 3 losses are all to current top 10 teams. A 1-score road loss to number 7 Ole Miss, a 1-score road loss to number 9 Vanderbilt, and a 24-point home loss to number 3 Texas A&M. Yeah. That's the big one. But the other 2, currently both top 10 teams. Brian Kelly took that team from 6-6 and 5-5 to consistently 9-3. And what other better options are there? Because that's the other component. Who else is there?
So, I mean,
you want to swap James Franklin?
Yeah. Do you want to swap fired coach for fired coach? I don't think that's the answer. I mean, yes, the record I feel like is not matching to at least their schedule strength. I mean, like, maybe some people were like, yeah, Ole Miss and Vanderbilt, we're going to be able to take down a couple of good teams. I think that that's understandable, but to where they're ranked right now, I don't know if people had that in mind. And I think that for this firing to be called in the middle of the season, it could be seen as a little premature because of their opponents that they've lost to have all been really good. But this team was wondering what were they going to do if Garrett Nussmeier declares for the NFL draft. They got to keep him. And they thought, you know what? This is our guy. This is our guy that can go and win on a Heisman.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the preseason Heisman favorite.
He was next to, I think, Arch Manning.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Both didn't really end up working out. But you know, I don't want to make this a conversation about expectations, but the issue at hand is that this team is not where they are headed at all, in my opinion. Regardless of who they lost to, the matter of the fact is that Garrett Nussmeier is going to be gone after this year. He's leaving, and there's a lot of discussions about what their team is going to look like next year. And if I'm the general manager, I'm thinking this is a lot of money that I'm paying Brian Kelly. Do I really need to keep paying Brian Kelly? No. And it's not even that bad for him because, God dang it, he's paid a lot of friggin' money to just leave. So I think that Brian Kelly will probably find a job somewhere. Who knows? If it would be Penn State, that'd be hilarious. But I think it's objective for me to say that this is fair.
If you want to do it at the end of the year, see what the Tigers' record is. If it's close to 500, I would still say that's premature because he had 3 straight years of a 9-win season, a 9-win season, and an 8-win season, 3 straight bowl wins. And then you want to say 1 year at 500, fine, fire him. These are 3 losses to top 10 teams after 3 good, not great years that directly preceded 2 500 years before him. He kind of turned that program around. It feels premature to me. I don't know.
I understand it. And I'm sure a lot of LSU fans aren't happy with it. But, at this point, you got to ride out with the rest of the season. Who's their interim coach? I don't know. I don't even know.
So we'll get a good gauge of. I mean, who knows? Maybe LSU wipes every opponent from this point on.
Maybe.
Or maybe they start losing to teams that they shouldn't, because that's the one thing Brian Kelly didn't do. They didn't lose to teams they weren't supposed to. They just couldn't beat a team that they were supposed to win half of them.
I guess
right?
so.
They're supposed to split the tough games, and they never won them.
I mean, they did lose to USC in the Vegas Bowl at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
Last year. So.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Yeah. We'll see how that guy can handle it. Respect to you, man.
Yeah, good luck. Let's switch over to NFL, though. There's some big things happening over there. Drake May has been possibly the biggest surprise of the year.
Oh.
Patriots are sitting near a top of the NFL standings. Right now, the Vegas odds have Patrick Mahomes listed as the number 1 favorite for MVP, Josh Allen number 2, and as everyone expected, Drake May to be number 3 behind him. The Patriots are 6-2, and Drake May's 17-game pace right now is 4,300 passing yards with a 75% completion rate. 32 passing and 4 rushing touchdowns bring him to a 36 total, 6 interceptions, and over 500 rushing yards. How close is he to being your MVP?
I think I still have Baker for me personally.
Really?
I know that he didn't do well. He had a tank game.
It's been 2 tough games.
I mean, two pretty bad tank games. I will say though, Drake May. If only Frank Pierce was here.
Yeah,
beloved Boston fan, sport fan. It's been impressive. But honestly, I could say that I was expecting him to be good for this team. I wasn't expecting an MVP season.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting him to be a top 3 fantasy quarterback, which is sitting great on my starting lineup right now.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, sorry, Bo, you're gonna have to go down on the bench. I'd hop on the hype train if I can see one more great opponent. I think that's what I'd like to see from him.
That's what I was going to bring up. So far, again, Patriots are sitting at 6-2. The only 2 decent opponents that they've played, they took care of the Bills. Great win. They lost to the Steelers, who aren't even a great team, but they're better than all the other opponents that I'm about to get to, and they lost to them by a touchdown. The other wins they've had so far are the Dolphins, Panthers, Titans, Saints, Browns. Bottom of the barrel NFL teams.
Exactly. Yeah.
So 6-2 doesn't mean much to me. His stat line doesn't mean much to me. I like what I see out of him, and I think a bad quarterback won't look good against anyone. But just because you look good against a bad team doesn't mean you're actually good. You could just be taking care of business as any decent quarterback should be against them.
Exactly.
Going forward, they only have 3 good opponents. In 2 weeks, they play the Bucs. I don't think they're anything special anymore. I've seen kind of enough to think that they're good, not great. You seem to disagree, so in 2 weeks, you'll get to figure out what you think of Drake May.
Yeah.
Other than that, they play the Bills again. It's a divisional game. Anything can happen. And then the Ravens later in the season, so presumably they should be back to full speed then. other than that, the other opponents they play are the Falcons, Jets, Bengals, Giants, Jets, and Dolphins. So the Patriots are a lock for the playoffs at this point. Drake May is going to be in the top 5 in MVP voting at the end of the year. It's as close as a sure thing to a lock as you can possibly be. There's only 3 good opponents going forward.
Yeah, I mean, he's someone that is going to be probably on a lot of bettors tables.
Yeah.
Just because of the amount of sheer points that he can rack up in those games. The sheer amount of passing yards. I mean, he's got a great passer rating, but you know who I feel like is done a little bit better, or at least impressed me more than even Drake May has.
Oh.
Mr. Indiana Jones.
Oh.
Mr. Indiana Jones, man. If I were comparing the two, Drake May, for what he's done, phenomenal. For what the Colts have done, best offense in the league. Literally, the best offense in the league is the Indianapolis Colts. It boggles my mind, but I understand it.
How, Sway?
Because, one, Jonathan Taylor,
Yeah, what a dog.
I don't know how many touchdowns.
12 rushing through 8 games.
Insane.
And I think 4 receiving. 2 or 4 receiving.
Insane. Multiple hat trick games.
Yes.
And they have Michael Pittman, USC alum, who's been also doing phenomenal this year. They also have Tyler Warren, who's been a great safety valve for them.
Yeah.
Who we knew was going to be great. And so sorry, Chicago fans. Don't know why you passed up on him. And Daniel Jones has been the franchise quarterback that New York thought he was going to be.
Yeah.
They still need to work on their defense, of course, but as pure as just talking about Daniel Jones, he low-key, if they can do this even more on, like, they're 7-1 right now. If they can keep going on with this pace, with this offense, I could be up for some Daniel Jones MVP conversation.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
I could be up for it.
A lot of the Colts' success has been driven, yes, by Jonathan Taylor, but also the offensive line, by their receiving core. Pittman and Warren are a great core. Also, I disagree. I think their defense is solid. Granted, they've also played a lot of subpar opponents, but I have liked what I've seen from them. I think they're 6th in points allowed per game. I think this is a really good squad. What makes me the most optimistic is Daniel Jones. I don't want to say he's like Brock Purdy when he really emerged, but he kind of is in that he plays his role, he does what he needs to do, and he looks great doing it. But to me, if this is one of those years where it's kind of like the first year of Sam Darnold or the first year of Geno Smith, where they just kind of came out of nowhere. They played a couple years before, they were supposed to be good quarterbacks, they never did anything, and then that one year, just something switched. Maybe it was luck. Maybe it was just something switched. No one really knows. But
the smell in the air.
Exactly. Sam Darnold looks like he could be good for a while. Geno Smith, obviously, that only lasted a little bit of time. But
I know
if that's what happens to Daniel Jones, if this is kind of just his year, and after this he kind of trickles away, the Colts have a really strong core. Great offensive line, great running back, although running backs come and go every couple of years, but Michael Pittman, Tyler Warren, a good defense.
Josh Jones.
Yeah, like
Darius Ward.
It's a really strong young core that I like from this team. So if they want to extend Daniel Jones and he's that guy, perfect. If you extend him and he turns into Geno Smith and you need to get rid of him, Daniel Jones is not the reason you're succeeding. You are succeeding. I don't want to say despite Daniel Jones because he has looked good, but he's not the reason you're succeeding. If you need to move on, you're fine.
I will say it will be more so a conversation about the Colts as a unit, just all basically being on the same page. Like, hey, we're kind of kicking into that second gear now, where we kind of feel like a different team, where we play with a different confidence. Then don't extend him. Give it another couple. Give it another year or two of experimentation, but the Daniel Jones experiment so far worked like a charm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Drake May, you're still great. You're doing good in the MVP polls, but just like I could if I were to place Drake May on this Indiana Colts team and Daniel Jones as he's playing right now on that Patriots team, I would say that Drake May would actually not do as well.
I strongly disagree.
I would say that Drake May would not do as well.
What Drake May has done for the Patriots, because keep in mind, they don't have a great offensive line. They don't really have great weapons. Their best is Stephon Diggs. I'm a big fan of his. He's old.
I just don't think that he'd be used to that kind of talent that he would have. I think that he'd be so used to being the hero that he would make we would see rookie mistakes, but he's not a rookie. He's not a rookie anymore. And I think that because he's done so well with doing with a lot less, doing with more adds pressure, and I just don't know if he'd be able to do that.
Yeah, but
Daniel Jones has been there.
Yeah, but you also would have said a year ago that Daniel Jones can't handle pressure either.
Yes. This is true.
Because he sucked.
But
Drake May, you're just saying that because he hasn't really faced pressure.
Yes. Either way, I think that they're both great. Drake May, if you want to keep him in your top 3 MVP ranks, that's fine where he should be. I think that Daniel Jones.
But Daniel Jones is your MVP.
No. He could climb in the rankings.
So where's Baker? Remind me.
Baker's still 1.
Baker's 1. Who's 2? Give me your top 5. Top 5.
Okay, top 5. I got Baker 1. I guess I got Josh Allen.
Okay.
Mahomes. May.
Okay.
That fifth one is when there's nobody that I really love, to be honest.
So there's a cutoff after that.
There is a huge cutoff.
Okay. I think I'd go. Mahomes has looked a lot better this year than he was last year. And even before Rashee Rice came back, he looked really good. I think Mahomes has to be number 1. After that, I think May and Allen both have a case. And if May sweeps Allen, you got to go May over him. So May might be number 2 for me, and then Allen after that. Baker was really up there. He's kind of fallen out. He's probably hovering near the top 5. But I'd love to see May win. I'd love to see Daniel Jones win. And you know what? If they finish as a 1-loss team, maybe he will.
But
Jonathan Taylor at that point.
You can't. Jonathan Taylor could be Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. Oh, I think
it might be a lock at this point.
But then you get into the same argument that you had last year.
Yeah.
Can you give one offensive player the MVP, one the offensive player of the year? But if it's a quarterback and non-quarterback, maybe you can.
And
you couldn't last year with 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, exactly. And to your point, you mentioned the Brock Purdy comparison. That was the same year that Purdy and McCaffrey were like, okay, which one's the MVP and which one's, and clearly, I guess Brock was kind of shoveled out of that conversation, and it was more about McCaffrey winning Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So that could be very well what happens.
Yeah. Well, we still got half a season to play. We'll see what happens with
I know.
squad.
But that fifth spot, Indiana Jones, you can squeeze in there if you keep this going at least. You can surprise some people, man.
All right, we'll revisit that in a week, especially 2 weeks when they play the Bucks and we really get to.
Yes, I'd like to. That's one of my marquee matchups.
To see a test. Or 3 weeks, I forgot what it is, but in a couple weeks they've really got another tough opponent. Stay tuned though. In just a couple minutes, we're gonna bring you some absolutely not football related or basketball or sports related content. One bit. We have a Halloween candy draft, so stay tuned for that. welcome back to the Talk of Troy. As I mentioned, we have a Halloween candy draft. The three of us, first we're going to spin the wheel, figure out what the order is going to be, plus it adds some, it's cinema. We love the wheel. We'll do that first, and then we'll draft collectively 15 of our favorite candies. So, yeah, why don't we spin the wheel first?
Without further ado, with the first overall pick. Oh, okay. Let's respin that.
I think it was gonna land on respin too. All right.
Oh.
All right.
All right. Let's see.
Oh wow. So
Wow.
2 done, and then you're last.
Wow. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the under hit.
The under did hit. We thought we were gonna have to spin it quite a few times, but.
All right. I got the first pick. Now, see, there's a lot of strategy here because I'm not gonna get to pick again for another 5 picks. So do I pick my top choice or? But here's the thing, my top choice. I don't know if you guys are gonna pick it, but my number 3 choice, I know one of you will take it. What do I? No, I'm gonna go number 1 pick, Skittles.
Okay.
My favorite candy.
Big take. Yeah. We good? Okay.
All right.
So yeah, you got okay. All right. So then, there goes the draft idea. No, with my first overall pick, I'm gonna just take the monarch of peanut butter and just steal the Reese's peanut butter cup first overall. I think it's going to be a pretty good player to rely on. Base the team around. So,
I'm going to go for a reach here. This guy coming out of college, not necessarily regarded as your top prospect. But when you see someone drop this in your little goodie bag, in your little bucket, bro, give me dots.
Oh,
give me dots.
Wow.
Give me dots.
You should have waited.
That's
there's strategy.
Dots is gone.
Sometimes you got to go get your guy.
You know what?
I got 2 picks back to back here.
That's true.
See, now I'm in Nolan's predicament where I don't know whether or not. I don't know what's gonna happen. So I gotta get my guy.
Let's
then
see.
to follow this up, I'm going Twizzlers.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad my second pick didn't get stolen. So I'm gonna go with another, standout player in a league of his own. I'm gonna take Sour Patch Kids here because there ain't any other sour candy that's competing on Halloween.
You gotta specify. Real quick, you got to specify which Sour Patch. Are you guys just doing name brand or just
fair.
Kids?
Ooh.
Watermelon?
Kids or watermelon?
Wow. Okay.
Watermelon
I think you
go
got to
crazy.
specify.
I will
but
specify.
We can't pick any other.
No, that's
Sour
fine.
Patch.
I'm going to take Kids. I'm going to take the original.
Okay.
I'm not going to go, obviously, yes, Peach is really good. Watermelon's really good.
Peach.
They have.
Sour Patch Peach.
Dude.
The peach rings?
No.
Peach?
Hold on.
I know there's watermelon.
No.
I've seen strawberry before.
Tell me there's
at the
been
gas
peach
station.
and I haven't been tapped in with
I'm
peach?
pretty sure, unless maybe I'm off, but I thought they had.
Dude, that sounds so good.
Yeah, there you go. See, Sour Patch Kids Peach, bro. I love
Wow,
these.
I didn't know.
I would have taken that's
Bro,
banger.
they make
but
anything nowadays.
no, I gotta think because when you think Halloween, with those big variety packs, it's always the original. So I'm gonna take the original Sour
Okay.
Patches for 2, and then
All right.
you.
The candy that I thought one of you guys were gonna take that you didn't take, Twix.
Yeah,
so-
no, I was hoping that was gonna drop.
I thought it
further.
was gonna be gone. I got my second guy though. Then I gotta go for my other favorite candy. I don't think any of you guys will take him, but gotta get my guy Mike and Ike's. I'm a big Mike and Ike's guy.
See, I love Mike and Ike's. Josh Hart loves Mike and Ike's. Chief was
Josh Hart and I got Marshawn Lynch with the Skittles.
That is true.
It's a pretty dynamic duo.
I think wasn't Josh Hart named Chief Candy Officer of Mike and Ike's recently? They had a whole bro. I love that. That was gonna be my next pick. Good pick. Well, you go again then.
I took 2. I took Twix.
You
and
took.
Mike
Oh, you
and
took Twix.
yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go with another one that I feel like slips under the radar a lot, but if you get it in the back, kind of like Dots, phenomenal scenes. Okay, I was able when I was a kid, I could trade one of these bad boys for like 3 others, 4 others. Huge pick here for me. Give me $100,000.
Oh, that was really similar to my next pick.
I feel like I know what your next pick is based off that, but $100,000, come on, that is got to be one of the most underrated
I
candies
agree.
at Halloween.
But if they're underrated, how come one of those would get traded for 3 or 4 other pieces of candy?
Well, I'm just thinking people forget. You forget that
Oh,
it
okay,
exists because
okay.
you don't see them a lot, and then all of a sudden you're like, you have
Strict supply and demand.
Exactly. Phenomenal. I think. Right?
I'm gonna stay with the chocolate. I'm going Crunch.
Dude, that was my
Crunch.
4.
When you said this is like the holy grail, the underrated, I thought you were going Crunch, and I was like, dude, I'm in trouble here.
That was my next one.
My job was on the line if Crunch got taken there.
bro.
But Crunch, undisputed, right there. And then with my next pick, I can go either way with this one, either peanut or regular M&Ms.
Okay.
But dude, give me peanut M&Ms.
Wow,
Okay.
it's a
Give
good
me
pick.
peanut M&Ms. I can't have too much chocolate. I need some variety. I need some sort of, other
Yeah.
flavor than chocolate.
No, I
Yeah.
get that. I get that.
So
And
I'm going peanut.
I do want to jump back to Crunch Bars because I gotta ask you guys: have you ever seen a Crunch Bar outside of Halloween, like just in general?
I've never gone out of my way to buy.
That's
a Crunch
why-
Bar. Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
even think
I
they
have.
sell them outside of Halloween. I haven't seen them. That's why I was like,
I will say the one time I do see them, and this was actually a favorite at like the movie theater. By the way, Dodgers and Blue Jays going to extra innings. Just if we're following, they have the Crunch Bites that you can kind of get. I don't know if you've seen those. I do.
Extreme
I
super
would
big.
get those at the theater, but honestly, Crunch Bar not really, to be honest.
yeah, okay. I didn't know they had Crunch Bites. That's
This-
cool.
This one corner store used to sell Crunch bars, and I used to always get them. So
There you go.
shout out them.
Great pick. Great pick. I don't think anyone's taken him yet. I'm pretty sure, although I couldn't say, because I had him grouped in a category with Skittles. Did anyone take Starburst yet? Because I feel like that is a massive, fall.
How do they fall that far?
For Starburst. I mean, and yes, the originals, of course, which I feel like that's a great player. A little streaky though, because sometimes you open those 2-packs and you get 2 of the same.
Two yellows. Sometimes
Two
you get
yellows.
two yellows.
Whoa. Disrespecting the yellow?
Yeah,
Now,
yellow
listen.
and orange are
Hold on.
way-
Whoa!
Pink is the best.
Orange
Red-
is amazing. Stop
No.
that. I love orange.
Pink, red, orange, yellow.
Orange is the best
Bro,
one.
yellow gives you that tang you're missing
Yeah,
on
about the
Halloween.
pink
You're
one,
not
though?
getting that tang from your
Jude's shaking
chocolates.
his head. He knows both
Why
you
are we
guys
dropping orange,
Pink's
by the
top,
way?
right? Or red. Pink and red.
I'll put red on top
I
for
go
me.
pink and orange.
Pink and- all right,
orange is,
orange.
but I don't really like any orange flavored candy. to be
Wow.
Okay.
I feel like
Agree.
orange rated candy is underrated, by the way. Horribly hated on. I'm just saying. I like Starburst for that reason, that you have orange, you have lemon, you have strawberry, you have all those flavors that I could have gotten with Starburst, because obviously that's probably number 1 for flavored candy. But I got Starburst, so.
Great pick. They felt. Was this the 4th round?
This is, so I have 4.
I believe
my
you're on your
roster.
5th pick.
You're on your
4.
5th.
I'm on my 5th.
Yeah.
But yes, Starburst a great value.
Do you want to run through your order real quick?
Oh, like our lineups
Yeah.
that we got or whatever. I have. Oh, actually, I have 3. But this will be my 4th. I have Skittles, Twix, and Mike and Ike's. I'm not a
Okay.
huge chocolate guy, so I got
Yeah.
more like
Yeah.
flavored, but had to get Twix in there for the chocolate.
And then I currently have Reese's, Sour Patch, 100 grand, and Starburst.
I got Dots, Twizzler, Crunch, and peanut M&Ms.
There you go.
Okay. To cap off our 4th round, well, let me see if this is allowed.
We're free. Who are you gonna pull out? Victor Wembanyama.
Me and Grayson back here will be the officials, so
All right.
Okay.
we'll rule if it's correct.
It's not
I
legitimate.
always remember there was this one house that I'd go to as a kid, like kind of a neighbor, like lived two blocks down from my house, and my mom would always be like, someone gives you candy, like if it's open, don't take it. Anyone looks sketchy, don't take it. If anyone gives you something like they made or like a baked thing, like don't take it if you don't know them. But there was this one like grandma, she might have even been a great grandma, really really old. She always made caramel apples.
Wow.
Can I get caramel apples?
That's gonna have to go to New York.
Discussion.
Yeah, real quick.
I also
Wow. This would
asked
be
this on round
insane.
4 instead of round 5 because I don't want to take too many
Since it is,
fruit-flavored
there
things.
can be a flavor of caramel apple. We will give it to
Yeah,
you
yeah.
as counting as a pick. So caramel apples is a
Wow.
valid pick.
All right.
ever had
Wow,
Apple
good pick. Good
lollipops?
pick.
I actually didn't. I didn't think that was gonna get accepted. I didn't think what my next pick would be. I'll go. I think I'll go. No one's gonna like this pick, but I love them Swedish fish.
No, see, I love Swedish fish.
Okay.
I think
All
they're
right.
great.
I do love Swedish fish.
How about in New York? Do you guys like Swedish fish? No, maybe.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, no,
Swedish
Swedish fish. That's
It's
honestly
it's
very
it's
good
candy.
value
Okay.
pick.
I
That's a
thought that would have
huge-
been a very unpopular pick, but all right. So I got Skittles, Twix, Mike and Ike's, caramel apples, and Swedish fish.
Wow.
That's
That's
my
a good.
team.
I think this last pick is hard for me because I was trying to go an all-around team, right? Capitalized on peanut butter with Reese's, capitalized on that sour flavor with Sour Patch. 100 grand was my only chocolate flavored-esque thing, so I think I'm gonna have to take another chocolate here, and I'm gonna go with the ultimate two-way player. I think you all know where I'm going with this. Kit Kat.
Oh, how?
I don't know how you guys all lost that one, but I mean, two-way player.
Yeah.
You got one side run offense, the other side defense. I mean, kind of like maybe Kit Kat gets 11 defensive player of the years.
So it's
Well,
Shohei
I mean-
Ohtani,
I think he
Victor
takes out-
Wembanyama, and Kit Kat.
Nah, Kit Kat clears, bro. Trust. Offense too. He's gonna get the MVP whole package. You're gonna be talking about Kit Kat, and then you're gonna say, "Oh yeah," and then there was that other guy, Wembanyama. That's for Tony to listen to later.
Well, question. You said that Kit Kat's the ultimate two-way player, but what about Twix? Because left or right.
Twix is 3.
Oh,
I'd argue 3, right? Because you have the cookie, you have the chocolate, you have the caramel. That's 3.
I'm talking about left and right Twix.
Oh, you're talking left and right?
That's when you said two player. I thought you meant like how you break it.
That's what I thought too.
Oh, interesting. I was
If
thinking
it's ingredients. I mean, 100 grand could.
100 grand. I thought it was the rice, chocolate, caramel as well. I think there's
Oh, I guess.
3.
Okay, so that's a three-way play.
Three-way.
There's a
We don't
lot
have
of
to get
multi-way
We're
players here.
dissecting here, but you just think because you can go split it in half,
That's what
right?
I thought you
So
were saying.
give one. You know, that's. But I
Good
think
pick.
there's been something with the Dodgers game. Oh my, Jude, give us an
Jude's
update.
celebrating.
Don't run
so-
on him. When are they
Don't
gonna
run on
learn?
Teo.
You don't run on Teo. When are they gonna learn?
They got caught at home, so the Dodgers escaped this one, headed to the bottom of the 10th.
Wow, huge update.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna have to press you for your picks right now, Matt.
All right.
Let's go.
This is my last pick, my final pick.
Here we go.
It's tough, dude. I was gonna go down this. I might need a ruling on this. I might be absolutely crazy for this, but you know, there was always one house handing these things out,
Okay.
and you knew once you got to that house, you were just gonna be like, "Dang, I just gotta take it and move on." This isn't a candy,
Oh no.
but I low
What
key
is
enjoyed
this?
the pretzels.
Ooh.
I low key enjoyed the pretzels on Halloween.
We could send that to the booth, but
That's such a bad pick. If you want pretzels, you can have pretzels.
yeah, I mean,
But
You
I
know
don't
what,
mind.
Matthew?
As a kid,
I
I was
can't
never going out of my way
lie.
to get
Me and
pretzels.
Grayson have sat back here and shocked by your picks, to say the least. Shocked by your picks. To save yourself, pretzels does not count.
Dude, okay.
oh,
Dude, I low key enjoy pretzels though on Halloween.
nah, listen, man.
Like I'd have so many sweets, and then I get something salty in the
You
pretzels.
know?
And I'm like, all right, but if I have to pivot, if you want me to go the traditional way, if you don't want me, I'll be a sheep. I'll go nerds.
Wow.
There's a pick that none of you guys picked that we're both surprised about.
Is it Snickers?
Snickers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it.
Someone's
Really?
hungry
Like,
back
were you
there.
Snickers
Were you
does not-
flaming my nerds pick? What's going on back there?
Look, Matthew, Dot's first pick. might have been crazy. Okay.
Twizzlers, bro.
Dude, I love dots.
What
man.
about
I love dots?
You like eating rubber, like Twizzlers?
Dude, if you get like a good box of dots that are not like complete trash, like it is immaculate.
No, I'm talking about your second pick, Twizzlers. Like,
Oh,
I'm talking same thing, Twizzlers too. If you get a good package of Twizzlers, man.
but the fact that you're saying there's a bad package scares me that
that's
was
what
your
I'm
1 and
saying.
2 picks.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
gambling.
drafting on ceiling here. I'm not drafting on floor. I'm drafting on
I
ceiling.
don't know what ceiling dots.
I'll die with the ship.
What's
I'll die
all-
with the
all
ship.
Is
I
ceiling
know-
make?
Is you were everyone's favorite person to trade with on Halloween. 'Cause It worked out perfectly. It worked out perfectly. You had like your Snickers and Skittles and whatever, and you trade like
Give me your
two
dots.
of those
Give me your
for
dots.
15 dots, pretzels, and Twizzlers. It's a win-win.
Hey, bro, he didn't pull out the almond joy though.
That's true.
That could have been.
Hey,
Hey, hot take.
every
I like
story
Almond
needs
Joys.
its villain.
You
all
like
right?
Almond Joy?
Without-
Yes.
Okay, I
Okay,
feel like I've
that's-
grown
that's
to it, but when
crazy.
I was a kid, that was absolutely the worst thing like I could ever get. But now, like obviously, I'm older. Coconut's a better flavor, so I see it now. But when you're a kid, dude, I don't think there's
nothing
one kid that sees almond joy and goes, "Oh yeah, no, not happening, no
Okay.
way."
I'm that kid.
But in my defense, without kids like me that were making, trades like I was making, you don't establish a fair market. Now you're driving the price of everything.
You're
up.
necessary, okay?
It's a necessary evil,
Yes.
as you would say. But
All right.
Or just Jerry Jones of trading Halloween.
Oh,
But I'm gonna stick with my guys.
Okay.
And these picks will pan out.
should we go over them one last time
Oh, yeah.
and
Let's
then
have New York.
New York
determine,
needs to decide
yeah,
a
we
winner
will.
here.
We will.
Okay, so you want to go first, Matt? Re-list your beautiful starting five.
Okay, looking back at it, maybe Dots first overall wasn't, was a little crazy, but they were getting picked, just not with my first round pick. But we're going Dots, Twizzlers, peanut M&Ms,
Mhm.
Crunch, and then Nerds.
Okay, and then Nolan, I gotta ask you, on your radar was Dots there? Did you have?
I'm a
Dots?
bigger dots guy than most people.
Okay, so
but
I
wouldn't
figured
have-
you
I
would.
wouldn't have taken it though,
Really?
No, 'cause-
you would have been fine. You could have gotten it
Yeah.
fifth.
because you wouldn't have taken.
No, I had it off my radar. I was
Yeah.
going for an all-around team, so I had Reese's in the first, then Sour Patch the original in the second, followed by 100 Grand, Starburst, and Kit Kat.
That is a
That is-
star power lineup
That's
right there.
very well rounded.
Wait, sorry. What was the last two?
Starburst and Kit Kat. So yeah, Reese's, Sour Patch, 100 Grand, Starburst, Kit Kat.
Yeah, that's an iconic lineup. I drafted for myself I was thinking about Snickers, and I know that was more of a people pleaser, but drafted what I would have liked: Skittles, Twix, Mike and Ike's, caramel apples, or caramel apple, whatever, and Swedish Fish.
There you go. Over to New York.
Yeah.
Dude, I might get fired after the season. I'm recollecting after the draft. I might get fired.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Talking it over. They have
Yeah,
a
they're
longer
really
hard.
Oh, Matt, come on. Finish it off. We had the song.
Oh, we're doing Jeopardy?
Well, yeah. Well, actually, we might not want to do that. We could get copyrighted. We're gonna forget Jeopardy. We're doing undisclosed.
Decisions are in.
Oh, okay.
Votes are in.
First of all, Matthew, I'm sorry. It's really hard to see peanut M&Ms, that talent that so prized, very multiversatile, very good. Unfortunately, go to waste. You did not get voted. Nolan, we liked it. Obviously, you were going for heart, so we appreciate that. At the end of the day, though, I think Jonathan both won our vote. Just because, at the end of the day, that's what we grew up eating.
Yeah.
That's what we enjoyed. So he hit it with the judge brownie points, we'll say.
There you go.
Overall strong list. Matt, maybe next year.
Maybe next.
We'll see how the picks pan out.
Don't put pretzels in there.
I got a question for New York.
We were trying to save you. Honestly, like, if pretzels were in there,
Dude,
I don't know if Nerds was much better, but
that crazy. People hand them out for a reason, man.
Low-key,
You
if
got
you said
pretzels
like
in there for a reason.
chocolate-covered pretzels, maybe would have been different.
Yeah,
No.
No one's handing those out
Original-
though.
That's true.
original
Why?
pretzels.
That is I've never noticed that until now. Like, why do people hand out pretzels? I got
Because there's kids like me that want pretzels.
You know,
Oh,
they
God,
go
low
sweet
key.
and savory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
lastly, before y'all go, since we probably won't be another show, core Halloween memory, whether it could be like you guys like dressing up a certain way. Like for me, I could say like there was one house always growing up, they gave the fattest candy bars. Like knew you had to go there when you were walking or doing your tour. What is that core memory for you guys?
Do you guys got one? Or you want me to go first?
I got one if y'all don't.
Let's hear
Literally,
Yeah.
like this one year Halloween. This might actually, it's fine. This one year Halloween, I was like 8 with my cousin. We'd always trick or treat in his neighborhood, and like, he was like a hustler and a swindler. So like, he would just go up to people's houses, and if they were old enough, he just asked for money. and like one time, this grandma just gave him $20.
What? So it worked. You're saying?
Yeah, it worked. And I was just like, dude, what? He was like, you just gotta ask. I'm like, well, this is the greatest Halloween ever. Like, we got money now. Like, I don't know what to do with it, but yeah.
$20 for
That
an
is
8-year-old.
crazy.
There you go.
Now that is a hustler.
That's
Dude, you got to tip your cap.
Yeah.
That is.
I mean,
that is a
sensational.
With my first pick, I'll take $20.
Oh no. I mean, for me, it's hard to pinpoint one specific moment, but I think for me the best part had to be like, when you get back home. Like I have 2 siblings, older siblings, and we get back home and they had different candy tastes than I did. So I would just get back and be like, I know what time. Like I didn't even care what I was getting handed out. I'm like, it's trade time, and I'm gonna fleece. I'm gonna have the biggest fleece tails you've ever seen. I'm doubling the amount of candy I have, and you just watch. And I love that. I miss that, man. We don't have any more candy trays. We gotta bring that back one day. Go trading around candy.
Yeah, trading's one of the best part of the
Oh,
days for sure.
100%.
I mentioned this when I was drafting, but for me, it's the caramel apple house.
There
I
you
knew
go.
I had to go there. It's like the same thing as Jude's house, the like king size candy bars. For me, it was the caramel apple house. Had to go there.
I'd go too. You
Yeah.
got to send the address.
I want to try it.
You need to send that other address for the $20. We're gonna make a business trip real quick. Candy apples and money, bro.
As for tuition, I mean, at this point.
Shoot. Doesn't hurt to ask.
Honestly, lastly, this just made me think of it. Over the weekend, I was at a party, and they had apples, bobbing for apples. Have you guys ever bobbed for apples?
No.
No,
No,
can't say I
that is
have.
disgusting.
It's disgusting. I
I never
don't know.
thought about that.
That is
You
disgusting.
just broke his heart, bro.
To be fair, did not think about the hygiene of it all.
Dude,
You
got
just
people
ruined it.
with their mouths wide open in water, trying to bite apples. Like that concept has always been crazy to me. Like
I
that
never
is
thought
a
about that.
cesspool of whatever's going on in that apple bottom.
Well, you've
thing.
ruined-
I ain't going near it.
You've ruined
I'm
apple
sorry to
bobbing for
ruin it
everyone
you,
here.
Jude, but
it's fair. Maybe that's why I'm feeling a little sick.
Did
you're putting the
you
pieces of the puzzle
did you bite an
together now.
apple successfully? Like I thought it was always difficult.
Actually,
It looks
I
pretty
will
hard.
say on my second attempt, I was able
Dude,
to.
as soon as you put your head in the
First
water,
attempt-
it's over. Like it's not even about biting the apple.
No, no.
As soon as your mouth hits the water, it's done.
I mean, that I can't really avoid. But first time I got a bite of the apple, I didn't get the full apple, and then second time I got the full
There
apple.
you go. All right.
That's my core. All right. I honestly think it has to be the trade. You know, I'm gonna go the traditional route. It has to be the recap. You all go to that one friend's house. I remember one time we were watching Gravity Falls while trading for candy.
There you go.
And that is like a peak memory of like childhood summed up right there. We're all in the living room, sitting down, trading candy. You know, I'm trying to get all the dots I can, trading away
There
all
you
my marquee candies. I'm accumulating
Bro's
all the
got
dots.
20 people on hold.
Everyone wanted to trade with me for some reason. I was like, all right.
Did you charge a premium rate?
You
Like, would you ask
gotta.
for 3 dots for one of your
I would.
one of your Snickers?
See, the thing with dots is that it was like a bigger container. It came in the box.
Yeah.
right? So people would treat that as a bigger value, even though they didn't really value the candy itself. So I did have to, pay up a little bit. If I did have Sour Patch, if I had Snickers, Hershey's, I was gonna have to hand them over. But you gotta do what you gotta do to go get your guy.
Yeah.
And I'll stand
No.
on. I'll die on
I
that
respect
hill.
that.
Die
I
on
give you
hill.
that. Listen, that devotion is just maybe if Dots is listening, you too can be a chief candy executive officer for Dots. We might get you on there. Yeah, and then not sponsored. I don't know if we have
Not
to say
sponsored,
that ever.
Not sponsored. Did everyone share their memory?
Yeah, I think
Y'all-
so.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll ask one last thing. What are you guys doing for Halloween?
Wow. I'm gonna go probably to a party or two with my girlfriend. We got our costumes picked out. So
What are you going as?
Well, there's 2. There's Percy and Annabeth from Percy Jackson, and then I think it's actually I've seen videos on it now. I thought it was a less popular pick, just because it's kind of comedic. You guys have seen Night at the Museum, right? No. No one. Really? Okay. Well, Night at the Museum.
Wait, what was that? Sorry.
Night at the Museum, right? Isn't it? That's the full
Yeah.
name, right? Yeah.
Yes, Night at the Museum by
Seen it?
Ben Stiller.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I thought maybe it was like nighttime. Maybe I was pronouncing it wrong. No. Okay. I'm Italian. She's part Texan. Jed and Octavius. There. I know you don't know it. That's for you guys in the back. The cowboy and the Roman soldier. Those are mine. What about you guys?
Gathering the fellas. We're gonna go out in the town. Me and my housemate, we're dressing up as pirates from
There you
an
go.
anime, One Piece.
Oh, who
So,
are you? Wait, which pirate?
He's going as Luffy. I'm going as Zoro.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Same. I'm going out for at least one night. I don't know the other days what I will or won't. I probably should get this sorted out, but I do this every year. Don't figure out what I'm doing beyond one day. Don't figure out what the costume will be. But my girlfriend and I are being the duck and the guy at the stand from the duck at the lemon.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was pretty fun.
That's great.
That's good. I like
great.
that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna sing the song?
I should probably memorize. All
You-
I know
you
is
gotta
Buck
learn it.
walked
If
up
you-
to a lemonade stand and he said to the man around the stand, "Hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?" The man said, "No, it's a lemonade stand, but it's cold and it's fresh and it's all homemade."
He's already got it down.
He's
got it.
He said, "I think I'll pass."
there you go.
But it changes slightly every time he comes back.
There you
I don't
go.
know it beyond the first one, so we'll figure that one out. But
All right.
but yeah, looking forward to it. Hope everyone has a great Halloween. Stay safe, boys.
Yeah.
Things happen. Stay away from, just be safe. Be safe.
Stay away from apple bobbing.
Yeah.
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 Stay away from apple.
Honestly. Stay away from apple popping. I never realized how disgusting.
Honestly,
that was.
till Matthew said that,
Yeah.
low-key did not think too
Bro
much
shattered the
about it.
glass. Everyone.
Jude's never gonna do it again.
No. Anyway, this has been the Talk of
Yeah.
Troy. Everyone have a great Halloween. Tune in Wednesday, and I think we're having a show Friday, right? So then tune in for that.
Friday show too. Peace.